Oregon Senator Ron Wyden visited Medford this weekend. He's speaking out on funding freezes that could have disrupted early childhood education services for Southern Oregon parents.
Plus, with wildfire season right around the corner, why Oregon leaders are saying actions can't wait and what they're pushing for at both the state and federal levels.
And this morning, we're starting off chillier, but we're settling in for a nice week ahead. We'll talk more about the next couple of days coming up in your next forecast.
Live, local, late breaking. This is NewsWatch 12 this morning.
Good morning. The time is 6 a.m. on April 28th. Welcome to NewsWatch 12 this morning. I'm Damien Alvarado.
And I'm Brinkley Hill. We're first checking in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress because, I think a lot of people have been having allergy issues. I think us included. Damien's been sneezing quite a bit this week.
Please give us some relief.
Yeah.
I'm struggling here.
But Sarah, there was some rain on Friday. Are we seeing any benefits when it comes to that pollen?
Well, definitely over the weekend, you might have noticed a little bit of relief Friday to Saturday with that rain and some of that wetter weather. But with now, we're looking at a nice stretch of weather ahead. Those allergies are going to bump right back up. I know yesterday you could definitely feel it. But take a look at Monday through Thursday. Allergies are going to be on the higher level, but we will be seeing some nicer weather. So one evil comes with another. But let's go ahead and take a look over at the rest of the region. Pretty chilly this morning. We're at 36 over in Mount Shasta, Klamath Falls 32, 45 along Gold Beach. Some areas west side dealing with some clouds this morning, but we'll see those burn off now, especially that we've seen that sun begin and we're warming up a little bit. But those high temperatures today, despite that very cold start, will be rather warm for us. We have a high of 71 into Medford, Grants Pass 70. Areas over east side will be in the lower 60s in some areas. But take a look at Klamath Falls, warming up to about 67 for us today. In areas into Northern California, we see upper 60s, but it's going to be a little bit warmer, especially as you head over into western Siskiyou County. Now, breezes will pick up into the afternoon for us as well. And the next few days ahead, we're still expecting warmer weather even into our Wednesday and Thursday. So coming up in our next forecast, we'll take a closer look at your next couple of days.
With wildfire season fast approaching, both state and federal leaders say the time to act is now. Senator Ron Wyden and State Senator Jeff Golden are emphasizing the need for urgent wildfire preparedness. They are calling for more federal funding and personal responsibility at the local level. Senator Wyden says it's critical to secure federal funds in the upcoming budget, not later but now, to reduce fuels and support firefighting resources.
And we've got to move because in our part of the world, you have a match go somewhere or a lightning strike, and all of a sudden you've got an inferno on your hands. I'm putting special focus and have some positive news. We found somebody in the Trump administration who will help us with prescribed burns. And this is a very valuable tool.
Wyden says he's working to lock in support for better pay for firefighters, something he calls a matter of, quote, common sense. But efforts at the state level are just as important.
On the state level, among other things, are asking people to do everything they can to reduce the risk on their own property, in their yards, in their homes. We need folks, these fires, once they get to a community, just blow right through them. We saw that in Alameda. So we need people to be really doing what they can there.
Golden says reducing risk starts at home. Wildfire resilience depends on cooperation from individual households to lawmakers in Salem and Washington, D.C.
This weekend, Jacksonville residents will have a chance to pitch in and help reduce that wildfire risk. A community event will be held to clear potential dangerous debris. On Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the D Street parking lot, residents can drop off branches, dead leaves, and other natural debris. It's a free event designed to help reduce wildfire risk by clearing out materials that could fuel a fire.
A lot of the dead debris that's just kind of hanging around the houses, a lot of times it just kind of accumulates and it gathers up and it poses fire hazard and risk. That way, if there are embers floating through the sky and they land on these leaf piles or, just different things around the house, it can end up starting fires.
This event is a great opportunity for neighbors to work together and make their community safer from wildfires.
Senator Ron Wyden joined Head Start families and staff speaking out against a recently averted funding cut that could have disrupted early childhood education services across the region. The threat of a federal funding pause would have impacted programs like Southern Oregon Head Start that currently serve almost 1,000 children and their families. Wyden says the pressure campaign helped restore funding for now, but he warned the threat isn't over. A draft White House budget includes proposals to eliminate Head Start entirely, as the move, Wyden says, would affect thousands of families across the country.
You're blanketing the Administration for Children and Families, and they're under our jurisdiction, the Senate Finance Committee. I can tell you, as of right now, we have won a major victory. But let's not just forget it after we celebrate today, because we know we've got a lot of battles ahead.
For many parents, the program is more than just a school, it's a lifeline. Some say they've seen its benefits for generations. Senator Wyden says he will continue pushing to protect early education funding. April is Earthquake Preparedness Month. California has just announced that they reached over 4 million downloads on the Earthquake Early Warning System app. This comes as California officials are urging residents to take steps to prepare in case an earthquake hits. The Earthquake Early Warning System notifies residents of incoming earthquakes by using ground motion sensors across the state. And when a 5.2 magnitude earthquake hit San Diego just a couple of weeks ago, MyShake users received as much as a 35-second notice before the earthquake even happened.
The Siskiyou Golden Fair has announced that they will be without the poultry and dairy cattle departments this year. It's due to the spread of the bird flu. The California State Veterinarian issued a statewide ban on all poultry and dairy cattle at fairs and shows. The Siskiyou Golden Fair is hoping to make their return of these animals for the summer of 2026. And student workers are preparing to walk off the job this morning after nearly a year of contract negotiations. The Student Workers Union at U of O represents about 4,000 students and say they're pushing for better pay, more frequent paychecks, and stronger workplace protections. The union says the decision to go on strike wasn't easy.
Outrageous that they wait until the last minute every time. You know, we've been bargaining for 11 months, and the faculty, again, we're in a very similar situation, and here they are still waiting up until the last minute.
In a statement, the university says it's committed to reaching a fair agreement. Negotiations continue throughout the weekend with their next negotiation scheduled for Wednesday. However, with no finalized contract, picket lines are going up right now, and they will continue to disperse throughout the campus, and we should see more of those students showing up around 8 a.m.
In our continuing coverage, according to the University of Oregon, 3 international students have had their visas reinstated after they were originally revoked in recent weeks by the Department of Homeland Security. The University of Oregon spokesperson tells us they expect a 4th student's visa to be reactivated as well. This is part of a broader move by the U.S. Department of Justice to reactivate visa status for international students across the country. U of O says the federal government revoked the visas of students who appeared in criminal record checks without regards to the nature of the allegations or students' alleged involvement. Oregon State University reportedly has 7 international students out of 13 with their visas reinstated.
On to a scam alert. The Klamath County Sheriff's Office is warning you of multiple active scams happening in the county. They say scammers are impersonating the sheriff's office, some going as far as to spoof the sheriff's office phone number. Sheriffs say the scammers are calling and claiming that you have a warrant for your arrest, a family member needs bail money, or requesting funds from businesses for training. They say they'll never ask for money, and if you receive a call like this, to hang up immediately and make sure not to give any information to that caller, and you can always call the sheriff's office to confirm.
The Crater Lake boat tours are officially returning for the 2025 season. This is the last summer to access the water from the Cleetwood Cove Trail and Marina for the next 3 years. A major trail restoration project is set to begin next year and will address critical safety issues in hopes to rehabilitate that trail. Boat tour bookings are set to open as soon as we head closer to the summer season.
Well, Crater Lake will probably be a pretty popular place this summer. And speaking of water, many are still feeling the emotions of the incredible journey that took 8 rowers across the Rogue River 157 miles all the way to the Pacific Ocean.
We wrote for William completed that 157-mile non-trip, originally expecting them to take 36 hours. They took just over 31. This team, including William's dad, took on this challenge to raise funds for William's rare disease Duchenne muscular dystrophy treatment. William actually got to join his dad and 7 other men to row across that finish line, raising awareness and support for his treatment.
Jerry's Rogue Jets helped make the experience even more special by providing raft support for the family during the final few miles of that journey. And this weekend, tickets are on sale right now for Dancing with the Rogue Valley Stars. There are 2 shows to choose from. Myself, Brinkley, and Sarah will all be participating for the Hip Hop Squad this year. There's a 1 p.m. matinee show and a 6 p.m. evening show, and those details are on kdrv.com.
Yeah, we're so excited. Those seats are filling up quickly, so if you want to see this show, you're going to have to snatch those tickets up real quick. If you'd like to help us out and continue to donate, this week is your last week to continue to support us. But we are just so excited for this upcoming Saturday. I know it's going to be an absolute blast.
And we've been practicing pretty hard over the past few weeks. And overall, whether you donate to us or anyone, we're very, very close to that goal of $100,000. So definitely a great cause to be helping out with this week. But taking a look out this morning, we are dealing with some very chilly temperatures. We will see those temperatures rebound, though, from the weekend, making our way into the upper 60s for many areas across the region. We're going to be trying for 71 for your high today in Medford. Now, over the next couple of days, things will stay warm and will be trending warmer to end out this week. We'll talk more about that coming up in your next forecast.